The quarter-point Fed rate cut on Wednesday was widely anticipated. The main surprise was in policymakers' views on the appropriate pace of rate cuts next year, which was slashed in half and now shows the equivalent of only 225 basis points cuts for all of 2025. The market reaction was swift, with yields rising sharply. But Fed Chair Jay Powell cautioned that these projections are not a committee plan or decision. Investors would do well to take his cautionary note at heart. Let's take a closer look. The so-called dot plot, which summarizes policymakers' views on the appropriate path of monetary policy over the next couple of years, is a collection of individual views that are put together independently before certain policy meetings. So we think Powell is right when he says that those projections are not a committee decision nor a plan of action. That said, the case remains that policymakers have less appetite to cut rates in 2025 than the equivalent of 425 basis points cuts the survey showed in September, the last time the Fed published the dot plot. Powell noted that the slower pace of cuts for next year reflects both the high inflation readings we've had this year and the expectation that inflation will be higher than they had previously anticipated. In addition, the projections materials showed a marked shift in policymakers' views on inflation risks, with most now seeing those risks as weighted to the upside. However, Powell noted on a couple of occasions that the story of why inflation should be coming down is still intact. Again downplaying the revised projections, Powell said that the actual cuts that we'll make next year will not be because of anything we wrote down today. We are going to react to the data. And on many occasions, he brought attention to the data on the labor market, which he characterized as cooling so far in a gradual and orderly way, but as something that they are watching closely. So, from our perspective, the labor market has become more of an equal partner alongside inflation in driving monetary policy decisions. And the prospect that the ongoing orderly cooling in the labor market becomes too much cooling will likely lead the Fed to cut rates next year by more than it currently anticipates.